Hey, Pastor Josh here. We're reading Genesis chapter 43, verses 1 through 14. Joseph's brothers have bought their grain. They have gone back to their father. Their father said, "Why did you tell them that I had another son named Benjamin? Why did you do that? Now I'm going to lose him." And he says, "You're not going to go back." So they're there, and they ate all the grain that we had, and the famine was still very severe. So now the brothers are going to come to their father and talk about, hey, we probably need to go back. So let us read. I take that back. It's Jacob that's going to come to his sons and tell them they need to go back. So now the famine was severe in the land. And when they had eaten the grain that they had brought from Egypt, their father said to them, "Go again, buy us a little food." Go back and buy us some food. So now it's Judah that steps in. Judah said to him, if you remember in yesterday's reading, it was Reuben that was attempting to persuade his father to take Benjamin with them, and he offered to kill his two sons if he did not bring Benjamin back. And so now it is Judah standing in the gap and trying to convince Jacob to allow Benjamin to go back with him. So Judah said to him, "The man solemnly warned us, saying, 'You shall not see my face unless your brother is with you.' By implication, I will kill you or I will imprison you. It will not go well for you. Don't you dare see my face without your brother. If you will send our brother with us, we will go down and buy food." So that's the only way we'll do it, is if you send Benjamin with us. "But if you will not send him, we will not go down. For the man said to us, 'You shall not see my face unless your brother is with you.'" You see that double? Remember, that's the cosmic underline. You shall not see my face. You shall not see my face unless your brother is with you. Israel said, "Why did you treat me so badly as to tell the man that you had another brother?" What are you guys thinking? Why'd you do that? And they replied, "The man questioned us carefully about ourselves and our kindred, saying, 'Is your father still alive? Do you have another brother?' What we told him was an answer to these questions. Could we in any way know that he would say, 'Bring your brother down'? Dad, you're expecting way too much of us. Why would you think this?" And Judah said to Israel, his father, again, Judah being the one that is standing in the gap, Judah being the one that is going to persuade Jacob to allow them to go back and buy grain. Judah said to Israel, his father, "Send the boy with me, and we will arise and go, that we may live and not die, both we and you, and also our little ones." You see, Dad, if we don't go down, we're all going to die because we're not going to have enough food. And then Judah says this. He says, "I will be a pledge of his safety." So Judah is putting himself on the line. Reuben sacrificed was willing to sacrifice his children, was willing to put them up. And Judah says, "I myself will be a pledge for his safety." And what I want to see here, it's an example for us to follow, is that we see the sacrificial service of Judah. Remember, Judah is experiencing quite a bit of transformation. He sold Joseph to begin with. And if you remember, they even realized what they were doing was wrong. They said, "Didn't Joseph, wasn't he crying and begging of us when we threw him into the pit? And we did this anyway, and all this bad stuff that's happening to us in Egypt now is because of what we did." And so now Judah is saying, "I'm going to be the pledge for his safety. I'm going to make sure that this baby Benjamin, the littlest of our brothers, probably one of the brothers he didn't like either. It's Joseph's brother, one that is favored by Jacob, as we can see. He says, I will be a pledge for his safety." And this has to draw your attention to Jesus, because remember, Jesus came from the tribe of Judah. Jesus was ultimately going to be the one to pledge his life for your eternity. Jesus laid down his life as a pledge, as a promise, as a down payment that your trillions of years in the future are going to be far better than the 100 years that you experience here. Judah is a pledge for the safety of Benjamin, and Jesus is the pledge for our own safety, that we're going to make it to the other side, and we're going to make it safely. And so Judah says, "From my hand you shall require him. If I do not bring him back to you and set him before you, then let me bear the blame forever. If we had not delayed, we would now have returned twice." Then their father Israel said to them, "If it must be so, then do this. Take some of the choice fruits of the land in your bags and carry a present down to the man. Don't you dare go down empty-handed. Take a little balm, a little honey, gum, myrrh, pistachio nuts, and almonds." I'm wondering if it's a famine, how they got these things. Most of these things would be kind of dried, and then this would be spices and such. But anyway, they are taking some things to Joseph as a gift. And he says, "Take double the money with you." Now that's a command from Jacob to his sons. Take double the money with you. Because if you remember, they were supposed to pay for it. And then Joseph had them put the money back in the sacks. And so he's like, take that money that Joseph put in your sacks. Of course, they don't know it's Joseph. But take the money the man put in your sacks. Take that back and then take more so that you can buy what you need to. And we know that this is traced, right, to one of those great commandments, thou shalt not steal. And I think there's some implications with these brothers that they are definitely not moral folks. From the beginning of the story, Joseph is given a bad report of them. They don't like to do what is right. And so Jacob is telling them, take double the money with you. Again, this is going to be a demonstration of their transformation. We need to make sure that we are always being above board in all of our dealings and everything that we do. Take double the money with you. Carry back with you the money that was returned to the mouth of your sacks. Perhaps it was an oversight. Take also your brother, and arise, go again to the man. May God Almighty grant you mercy. An attitude we need to have. Any success, any favor that we have with anybody, any way to fix any issue, ultimately comes down to the mercy and the grace of God. And so Jacob is praying for his sons and saying, may God Almighty grant you mercy before the man, and may he send back your older brother, Simeon, and Benjamin, who I'm sending with you. May you all come back. And as for me, if I am bereaved of my children, I am bereaved. It says if I got to experience the loss of my children, then that's so. That's so. But what's actually going to happen is they're going to come back and they're going to say, "You've got another one. You've got a new child. Joseph is alive." It'll be fun to get to that aspect of our story. I hope that's been a blessing to you and a help, and I'll see you in the next video.